So this is clearly a sensitive topic, but it's also ethnic.
Okay, what's that?
So it goes, but since the United States is a country with many different ethnicities, so ethnicities or ethnic right there, many different ethnicities again, it's important to remember that the people around us will not always have the same cultural background as we do. This is especially important in a workplace environment.
Yes.
So it's sensitive, it's important.
Yes.
But is it true to life? Or in a workplace environment? It's very common to hear about ethnic people or ethnicities, if you will, on the news. Maybe in the nations of Africa or even European nations from time to time. But it often has to do with killing lots of people. So ethnicities might be more of a...
Oh, okay. So I think you're talking about ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing?
Right. And I believe that's a very familiar phrase or word in the news. But again, it's on the news, not in the world of where we are, because we ain't necessarily talking about killing in a workplace environment, at least not if we're concerned with being sensitive, which we clearly are. But according to the materials, a major part of cultural sensitivity is that we do have those ethnicities around us.
Well, I think it's maybe just talking about different ethnicities in general, like not the ones on the news.
So not Africa, not Europe, Europasia,
yes.
Just...
I think it's saying that here in the United States.
Okay, United States.
We have many different kinds of people.
And maybe they come from different ethnicities of people.
Yes. Many people in the United States are very different ethnically.
Right. So for example, you got the Cambodians, you got the black people, you got
the white people,
the Afro-Americans, the African-Americans, the Caucasians, the Asians.
So a lot of different ethnic people.
But at the same time, we all live in the same nation of states or lands. The Indians.
Oh, so I think you mean the Native
Indians, right. And Americans.
Oh, okay, kind of.
All right, so I guess an ethnicity could be defined as a difference of people or a likeness.
A difference.
Okay, so the Native Americans, for example, would be one different ethnicity among many.
And they have their own culture.
Okay, so that gets us to culture. So culture, we're talking about cultural...
Well, I think culture can have to do with people or an ethnic people's different foods or artwork or dancing or how people dress.
That's all culture.
Yes. And here in the United States, we have many cultures.
And cultures can be different. Similar to ethnicities in a way.
Yes, that's right, I think.
Okay, so to return to the topic of cultural sensitivity.
Yes, we're still on that topic.
I guess the main point or influence would be sensitive to every kind of culture, be it food or a dress or dancing, like you said.
Yes, exactly.
And this can also be done at work.
Of course, yes, right.
So in a workplace environment,
yep.
I see you're eating a plate of rice, maybe in the break room. So that could mean you're from or in the culture of China, and I can clearly see that and be sensitive to it. Or maybe you're just doing karate or appearing to be Chinese in a way or having an uncommon name, but all of that is just culture. And it's different for everybody. This person over here eats cultural food, like Indian food, or maybe something from the ethnic aisle at the supermarket. Maybe this person over yonder wears a garment around her head, or dancing in an interesting way. And that's also culture. Respect it. Be sensitive to it.
I think...
And then I guess if we've all of us remembered to be completely sensitive to everybody, irregardless of who they are, maybe we don't even need to factor in ethnicities. Because if you're already sensitive to culture, ethnicity will follow. Or maybe it's the other way around.
So, have you looked at the next section yet?
I did. But I think it might be synonymous to the first section, or maybe just a typo, this next section here.
What? Cultural appropriation? The whole section is a typo?
Well, I mean, it's like, if we're already talking about being sensitive, i.e. cultural sensitivity, that probably ain't too far off from being appropriate, because it's appropriate to be sensitive. Yes or yes?
Oh, okay, no, the next section, this section here, okay. Cultural appropriation is about something else.
Okay, all right.
It's, okay. It's about when one cultural person or a person of a culture, one culture, does something of another culture or a person's culture, but they don't really ask permission to that culture to do the cultural thing.
That's about being appropriate in a cultural expression.
Yeah, I guess I should just read the definition of cultural appropriation in here.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me see here. Okay, right. This is the one where it says something about how you're borrowing or using something from another culture, but you don't understand it or appreciate it. And you ain't even asked nobody from that culture if it's okay to borrow it in the first place.
Okay. Okay, wow. Sounds like you basically understood it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it just reminds me of them Wigger kids I used to know in school. No one ever really liked them that much, though, because they were kind of fake. So
wait, what? What word did you say?
Wigger. I guess it's like a combination word, because it's like a white dude who's trying to be black in a way. So one day, they wearing a polo shirt, like any old standard issue white person. Next day, they come in there with a fade, sagging their pants, wearing a chain, trying to act like they from the hood, even though they probably ain't. And it ain't like they went up to the black dudes and was like, hey, y'all, is it okay if I try to pretend I'm you, like all the time, and be cool or whatnot? Because they ain't real cool. Because it's kind of fake or misdemeaning, you know?
Sounds like a bad word. Is that a real word? The wig word?
Yeah, I guess wigger's kind of bad, but like I was saying, it ain't nothing but a combination word. So it's like white plus...
Oh, right. Oh, yikes.
Definitely not a compliment.
I don't think we need to stay anymore in this section. No. Yeah, I think you already got it. So, yes, let's move on.
Okay.
So, the next section would be different languages and L. That doesn't sound very interesting.
Yeah, I don't really know no other languages. Like, maybe some Spanish from the work site, like ven acá or whatnot.
And what's L? It's in all caps.
Maybe it's another synonym.
Oh, English language learners.
What's that?
That's L.
Oh.
Okay.
Or, I guess maybe we could also just go on to the next section after that. Maybe come back to this one later.
Okay, what's that one?
That was immigration and citizenship status.
Oh, gosh, that sounds complicated. What about the one after that?
Religion.
Seriously?